Greetings, I'm Dr. Al Freeman, Director of LCMS School Ministry, and I am with DJ Schult, who is the Education Executive for the North Wisconsin District. DJ, tell us about the North Wisconsin District and the Lutheran School Ministries in the North Wisconsin District. Lay of the land.
Okay, North Wisconsin District, very rural part of the Synod, LCMS. We have about 215 churches, about 20 schools, and about 30 standalone early child care centers. That rural ministry means it's probably about 80% rural. So we have at least 40 dual parishes in our district. So a lot of unique ministry that happens in those places.
Spread out too, right? What
Yeah.
does North Wisconsin encompass in terms of geographic area?
Yeah, so North Wisconsin is the top half of Wisconsin and the UP, part of the UP.
Interesting, right? You cross over a little
Yeah,
bit.
so yeah, we got a new school looking to start in Michigan. It's our district, but they have different kinds of rules because they're Michigan. So then I got to work with Travis to help make sure we're not missing anything.
Travis is the education executive for the Michigan district.
Exactly right.
It really is unique in terms of geography because of that, and because the rural areas that you're talking about, and
Yeah,
and also, you mentioned early childhood all the way through high school too. So
yep,
a lot of different facets to what
So-
you do in your work and the people you are working with.
that's right. The beauty is though that I could drive from one end of our district to the other, or from the bottom to the top in 3 hours. 3 to 4 hours, we can get all the way across. So when we have to visit these ministries, we're pretty tight. It's just that we're mostly rural.
Yeah, which is, it's nice because you get to go out and see all the different schools, meet with the administrators, conferences. So what exactly does your job, just to encapsulate it quickly, what do you do?
Yeah, that's a great question. So because we're a smaller district, it's the district president and myself. So that's who's got to do all the work. And then
Congregations and schools.
all of it. Yeah. So my job is not just schools, then it's also communications for our district, and then business manager responsibilities.
What are some of the items in our schools, the happenings that stand out to you as, wow, we really have some great things going on, and you want to lift up?
We have, it's really unique in our district. We have, out of those 20 schools, almost half of them are less than 100 kids. Some of them like around 50, but then almost half of them are more than 150. So you've got these two extremes of size. Our largest school, 5K to 8, is probably 240 kids, but that's our largest. But then we have some that are 35 or 40, and they're all thriving right now. In the last 8 years, before COVID, past COVID, and now, we've continued to add to our numbers of students in our district every year.
Wisconsin's interesting because you have some parent choice going on here with the voucher program. All items that you're seeing that lead to that growth, and really for our Lutheran schools, no matter what, it could be a member of the congregation sending their kids to the school, or it could be a family who possibly is unchurched. But it's always about the relationships and the connections, and they see that in our Lutheran schools.
Same thing here, without a doubt. Vouchers have made it very interesting because, like most of Synod, we used to be all members of our congregations in our schools, and now that is totally flipped. Even here in the Midwest, usually what happens on the East Coast and the West Coast takes a while to get to the Midwest, but we've really seen that because of vouchers now, especially it's accelerated. Because vouchers allows kids who otherwise want to come to our schools to be able to be part of our schools. So because of that, our school principals have had to really work on culture and what kind of Lutheran ethos culture do we want to have in our schools. When we have kids in our schools now that don't know anything about a Lutheran, they've maybe never stepped into church. So we have teachers who will tell me on school visits that, they're still collecting Sunday church attendance and that kind of stuff. And they'll have less than a handful of kids in their class. They're actually active in worship, because that's not the culture some of these families have been brought into. But now what an amazing opportunity for the gospel to be proclaimed to these kids and these families where they may have never heard it before.
Lutheran schools are for strengthening the faith of those children coming to us, or members of the congregation, introducing the faith to those who have no faith background at all, and everything in between, right? I think that's our Lutheran school system does so much in terms of spreading that gospel message each and every day in an environment that provides for all spectrums on that, or on the faith spectrum. What about challenges? There's always challenges that we face, and as you lead as an education executive and interact with the administrators and the teachers, those challenges come forth to you. What are some of those in North Wisconsin District?
We recognized that we needed to do some support with students who had special needs. So LSEM has been a great partner with us in our contract with them to help support our schools that they can't do it all. They're smaller schools, all these kids. How do they get all the work done? And to be able to pick up the phone and call LSEM and get the kind of support they need for that special ed ministry has been really great.
So Lutheran Special Education Ministry, based in Michigan, and they do a great job. They work in a multitude of states and districts and support our Lutheran schools with special education educators, as well as just all kinds of curriculum, phone calls, support. They are there all the time for our Lutheran schools to support families. And
they're just a great teammate for us. The other big challenge that we've had to address is worker debt. You know, and we hear those stories about workers who just are saying, oh, I'm going to go a different route in education because I know what they get paid or whatever it is, or I don't want to come out with all that school debt. So we've always done church worker scholarships, people who are going to the universities. We give out about $100,000 a year for that, for professional church work. But we started a campaign after our last convention. So we're in year 2 now of this 2-year campaign where we're trying to raise $1 million to be able to give scholarships to workers in our district for student debt.
Fantastic.
Try to reduce, eliminate student debt for our workers. And that started just over a year ago, where it just crossed the $700,000 mark.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're closing on $1 million for this summer, and we hope we're going to get there.
Last couple of words about North Wisconsin District, the great work that you do and the district does.
Yeah, it's a great district. We would love to have you serve in our district. And so contact me if you're looking for a move or for a call. But we give thanks for all the people that are in this district and who do the work to meet the needs of kids, from our teachers to our early child care teachers and directors, to our principals, to the pastors who support our places. And we couldn't do it without these congregations that make Christian school ministry a priority.
God's blessings to you.
Thank you.
And to all in the North Wisconsin District and the work that they do to share his gospel message.